Hello everybody, my name is Pravus, and welcome back to more Imperator, the Bronze Age. We are playing as Babylon, mighty and powerful with 3,000 pups, almost all of which are integrated into my empire, which means I am quite strong right now. Not the strongest in the world, that easily goes to Egypt. Egypt is scary as frick, but nonetheless, I do feel like we have made some very good progress to becoming a true powerhouse in the region. My next target will be Susan, and also probably betraying my current ally of Shashram in order to start devouring all of their beautiful South Akkadian pops. I want to eat as much integrated pops as possible. We can finish up a mission into Uruk and Ur because we did finish that off last time around. Uruk is dead, so we're gonna go ahead and click the button, which gets me a slave. Ooh, a conqueror's statue. Slaves needed for local surplus reduced. Migration, attraction, and pop assimilation. Doesn't say that this goes away. Well, that's pretty good. We can also consolidate Uru, which I've already done, so we can get more loyalty for a while. Okay, sure, why not? That seems pretty helpful. Beyond that, what else do we need? Well, we need to control Umma, and I need to make gains in Larsa. Wherever Larsa is, I can't actually see. There it is. All right, so we have to own Umma and Larsa, two provinces down over here in order to make some additional progress. Fair enough. I do have the ability to go to war against Susan pretty much anytime I want, and they do have 1,200 pops compared to my 3,000, which means it is safe to say I have a much, much larger army than them. We also need a governor down over here. I believe, unless I'm much mistaken, yep, we own a single province in a whole new region. Well, that's gonna be fun. Question, can I go colonizing in these regions? Yes, I can. We probably should do that. We got some manpower and stuff, and we need to make some progress. Let's see, you got 3 pops, you've got 2, tribesmen and such. You got 5, actually, over here, never mind. And only 1 over here? Good lord. This is gonna be an impossible to control zone, isn't it? Just predicting it right now. Alright, well, let's go ahead and colonize the territory there. I feel like we might as well. Only 1 pop over here is kind of pathetic. We could change the capital. We would lose some loyalty if we did that, but still might make some sense moving it over to, well, actually, you're making cloth. Surprisingly good amount of cloth, considering. Whatever. Maybe we leave this as is. People will eventually migrate over here, but this is going to be a bit of a problem region for a while. We just don't have enough pops of the right culture to actually keep it all under control. We are actively integrating Akkad up over here, so that's going to be another 132 of my pops that will be integrated into me. And I do think I'm going to go ahead and dissolve this alliance as soon as we are done with Susan. I might use them one more time. Who can I use as a simple little governor? How about you, I guess? You're a benefactor? Sure, we'll do this. Just go ahead and have some extra finesse value to try and increase some happiness, keep them loyal if at all possible. We do still have a disloyal province of Eresh right over here, which is going to be a bit of a problem, but it is increasing in its loyalty a little bit at a time right now. So we're getting there. Bit by bit. Have a couple of disloyal characters, but nothing too crazy. No longer producing any gemstones or importing any gemstones. We can fix that. Natron. Ooh, what is this? Well, anyway, let's go ahead and try again to get some of those gemstones. I want to keep my countrywide civilization value if possible. How are we doing as far as some technology? We actually have 2 civilization tech points that I haven't spent. How did I miss that? I missed that last time. I'm thinking we are going to go for law. Why? Because I want to start working with legions in the capital region. So we're going to go ahead and spend those points and badoinkus. Let's take a look at our government and our laws and such. Royal Guard, there it is. Now we will be able to raise legions in the capital region, which means I can start to configure my own armies. Also, when active, we get less levy across the board. Let's keep that in mind. We're talking about halving our current levy size. So it may not be like super duper ideal to do right this second, but the ability to raise up levies in the capital region, where we are able to currently raise up 95 levies, is pretty good. No, I'm sorry. Wait, Kish? It is Kish, right? Yes, it is Kish. 95? That's pretty good, actually. Dang, 95. All right, I like that. One advantage to the legions is actually we would be able to start raising up some a new generals to make up for the fact that my current ruler is just garbage, but still. So let's keep in mind, this is going to get reduced down to half, so we're talking about what? 48 or so potential levy in Kish. Of that, we could raise up to 48 legionary units, which would get rid of my levy, right? So, because if you have your legion limit is based off of your levy limit. If you have a limit of 48 levies, that's fine. You can raise up 20 legions. That reduces the 48 by 20. You got 28 levies and 20 legions. That's the way that it works. It must add up to the same amount overall. That's a lot of troops that we would be losing out on if we do go for a legion system. It's not necessarily the second. It's just if I want to have a technological advantage where I focus on, for example, nothing but heavy infantry and cavalry in order to crush enemy front lines. Which isn't a bad idea by any stretch. Not a bad idea at all. So let's see. Umma, I think, became a vassal. Yes? Yes, it did. So if we want to eat Umma, we want to have some troops nearby ready to go to quickly siege down this capital. Trying to grab these mercenaries, and they're being a little bit annoying. Could colonize over here. Guess I'll go ahead and do that. Why not? We got the manpower. Might as well. So we'll go ahead and steal that away from you. So this is no fort or anything, and you don't even have a fort over here, so this should be really easy. Citizens are euphoric! Really? Okay, well, we don't need loyalty, so I guess I might as well just take some popularity and some cash. Thank you. Big fan of that arrangement. Big fan. What other forts do we know exist in Susan? I see at least a couple off in this direction, and then plenty more out over here. Okay, fair enough. I want to eat these provinces too, so we can join up our territory with my vassal. I think that makes things a little bit easier. Belet has become a city. I do not remember where I was doing that. It's right over here? A city? Really? Okay, well, Well, they're all Sumerian and Chaldean, so I don't feel the need to build any ziggurats or anything. Might as well get, let's say, a bazaar or something. A celebration, lose some money, local population happiness, because we are building up a monument. Alright, fine. Money is just nothing to me at this point. Now they're making 57 gold per month. We're like really starting to roll in the cash. And money is king in this game in so many ways. You can grease so many palms and buy lots of loyalty if you have lots of money. Also, another grand festival just occurred. Integrated culture happiness goes up. And we've advanced a country civilization level, which means now I have access to some innovations. Some, I mean one. I have one innovation. What do I want? Gosh, I don't remember what we were going for last time. We were continuing down this route. Were we going toward things like the oaths of loyalty and such? Tribute income? Every legion commander gains something. Loyalty of generals goes up, could be useful. But then I wouldn't get the oaths of loyalty. So I have to go down, I guess, the tributary legates. So alright, tribute income. Not exciting, but necessary. The more aggressive expansion we can burn down, the happier and more productive my civilization is going to be. That's the thing that's honestly been hurting me the most. Just disloyal provinces. Yeah, it slows down my aggressive expansion and my stability, but it also just reduces all of my productivity, like across the board. Yeah, alright, this is probably worth it. We'll go ahead and buy ourselves some stability. It's going to take a long time to gain that 6. So, do we go ahead and just start raising up the levy and go to war with Susan? I guess we could do that. Some slaves become freemen. Yeah, I think we go ahead and do that. Why not? So let's raise up the levies, because I want to organize my army and get ready for a grand war. We'll set up some troops over this way. Some of you guys will follow off in this direction. Some of you will all travel over, let's say, bring you down over here, and then this big stack right up over here, maybe? Try for that. How many vassals you got? Just the one, just Umma. You're actually also involved in a war right now against somebody. These guys way over here? You're fighting these guys way over here. Why? Why bother? Don't know, but somewhere down the line they decided that that's worthwhile. Okay, fair enough. Well, regardless, let's just go ahead and start joining up a handful of troops and get ready for another war. Aggressive expansion's low enough. I'm starting to learn how valuable tyranny is to really burn down aggressive expansion. I know people have talked about using tyranny, but I'm like, 10 tyranny feels like a lot. Nah, it turns out 40 is about what you want to shoot for, and it actually does burn down that aggressive expansion really fast. I guess I'll lose some political influence rather than lose some stability. Stability's still very useful to me. I want to keep that high as long as we can. Remembering that we can stab a pig sometime soon. Maybe. Anyway, troops are all getting into position right about now. Don't think we are missing anything that I really care about, so we're going to go ahead and declare war, and I want to take Umma. And sure, we might as well call in our allies one last time. There we go. We are no longer importing a handful of things. quite a few things, in fact. Okay, well, that's going to become a pain in the butt, but all right, fine. Let's go ahead and... You did not get called in. Interesting. Okay, well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to go ahead and declare war on you now as well. Good. Now we have technically 2 separate wars that I have to deal with, which is a little irritating, but it means I can piece this war out separately as well, so we might be able to end up taking a little bit more in some of these wars than we otherwise would have been able to before. Can call in allies. I don't think so. You kind of prevented me from doing that earlier. Let's wait until the end of the next month because it hasn't recalculated all of my trade goods, and I want to make sure we actually start importing all the right stuff. Although it's still acting as if I... No, earthenware we wanted. Base metals apparently are gone entirely. Okay. Let's go ahead and do some earthenware, get that National Freeman output back up. I thought we lost things like wild game, though. I'm still unconvinced that this is processed. I don't think it has. Except for the fact that I still don't see the base metals. Well, we'll come back to that in a little bit. In the meantime, siege all this nonsense down. Hello, I see some of your troops marching around. Would you like to die? Because I can arrange that for you. Let's see, this has already been sieged. So all of you can go somewhere else. Let's go ahead and have you in reserve for some quick reinforcements if we so desire. Don't think these guys have anywhere really to go. Can we possibly pin them down while the big stacks go have some fun at their expense? Maybe. I see a 1K that is going to get crushed really quick. Somebody just died, my civic researcher. Well, that's sad. I guess we'll go ahead and put, let's say, you in charge and start building up some statesmanship. Yes, you're part of a major family and such, but that's okay. This still seems like it's recalculated. Okay, maybe we're fine. So what do we want? I can't get any more of this. No more asphalt for me. We could work on some other noble goods. What else could I want, though? Horses? We have chariots now. This actually isn't that bad. I think I could justify getting some horses for some heavy chariot discipline, sure. We wouldn't get any major benefit out of cedar, I don't think. We've lost honey. Unless it's just not showing here. I think we need some honey. I still like the idea of having the diplomatic reputation. We'll go ahead and mix this up to a couple of different sources. There we go. Okay. So that gets me some more diplomatic reputation, which I think will make it easier for me to integrate some people. In the meantime, here we come for a quick kill on this 8,000 troops. Huge, overwhelming numbers advantage. They did manage to siege me down, but we got some reinforcements coming into this as well, and we just finished up with a crucial siege right over here. Cool. Let's go ahead and work on this. Is this a fort? It is. We're going to have to siege this down. I'm going to go ahead and split the armies and send some of you guys off that direction. So they're going to be in a bit of a state of disarray, having lost a handful of troops. I will deselect a couple of you, and the rest go work on a fort or something. There goes another important fort. So let's go ahead and start cleaning up some of these smaller stacks. You guys head up over here as well. I don't want them sieging down these capitals. We already have 100% on this. Can I now sue for peace and just take all of it? And the answer is, yeah, I can. So let's go ahead and end that war, technically, and just reduce our aggressive expansion. So that was a net gain for me. That finishes another mission. We have made gains. Local taxes and population goes up. We gain claims on Well, I guess I thought I already owned all of but I'm missing a single colonizable province. Let's fix that. That finishes another mission. We have annexed which gets me some popularity for my ruler. Sweet. Uruk, what do we have to do with you? 3 cities in Uruk specifically? Uruk way up over here. We have 2 cities right now, Edis and Uruk. If I can get myself 1 more city, that'd be lovely. I guess we could go for the cloth. I could also try going for something like honey. Start producing some more of that locally. Cloth or honey, do we think? I'm thinking we're going to go for the honey here. It actually has the more population to begin with, so we'll just go ahead and try doing this. Let's go ahead and start building up ourselves another city. I'm almost at 4,000 gold all of a second. Good lord. I just turned away for a second and wasn't paying attention, and all of a sudden I'm rolling in more cash. It's great. We can siege, I guess, this city. That would be worth a little bit. Let's go ahead and move you guys all together. Working on these sieges. Looks like my vassal has decided to be helpful as well. There goes a provincial capital. We can go for another one, which of course is going to cause even more trouble for them. You guys can start heading over here to Kasbu. One more for the Casbah. That actually, God, why did that just come to my brain? Alright, so that right there was a reference to a game that I played a long time ago called Battle Engine Aquila. And it was an old, like, mech-style kind of game. I don't know. It's really old Xbox stuff, very small studio, never gained any traction, no one cares about that game. And yet somehow that's just what came to my brain. Go figure. Anyway, let the looting be gentle since I do plan again on conquering some more of these pops. We got this fort down. Let's go ahead and start marching forward to the next provincial capital. I see another fort that I will be taking momentarily. Let's get over here. It looks to me like Susan is in complete disarray with their troops. Like, they just got small stacks wandering all over the place and not really posing any major threat. Which is good for me. It certainly makes my life easy. Whoop, turn around. Speaking of disarray, we found some of them. Let's go ahead and deal with them. We're no longer importing gemstones again. Look, I just like emeralds. Can you please? Someone else ate the province. Fine. At some point, I'll just have to go and take it myself, won't I? Alright, so we can catch out at least some of these troops. No longer importing saffron, apparently, as well. Akkad has been integrated. Cool. Do we want to welcome any characters? Well, you have decently good stats. You have good but worse stats. You have terrible stats. We'll take you in. And the rest? Nah, I'll just gain some popularity. Boom. They're dead. Alright, no longer importing saffron and leather and such. I would like to get that saffron back. The monthly popularity gain is nice. And leather was the other one? So the thing is, we gain more money by importing with other nations. Let's go for this one. I mean, we could do lots of internal trade routes, but it's just the raw cash is there if you want to go ahead and take it from other folks. All right, let's see. Chance we lose some popularity or we gain a negative trait. Unfortunate. Let's see if we can catch out this small stack who is wandering around. I'm not sure where they think they're going to go. Never mind, they're going to go nowhere because they are very screwed. Ah, okay, we finally found a larger stack. Well, let's go ahead and start working on this siege. We'll clear this out. I'd like for you to possibly go join this for safety in numbers. You have already done a lot of your job. Cool, let's just move down to, like, Etu and stay nearby. We'll kill off this group and use the large stack to hunt down the 12k that is currently wandering around. So these guys are all dead. Cool. Let's head back over here. What is this? Building fisheries. Fisheries? Is that a building type that I haven't seen yet? Ooh, it is! Look at that! Okay, so kind of like a farming settlement or something. There's fisheries as long as you're up against the coast. I like that. That's cute. Let's see. These guys are still all kind of marching together. Let's see if we can catch them. I got plenty. Look, my troops are doing everything that I want them to do. We're completely fine. Let's just see if we can run in here. We pinned them down. We got more troops coming in. Now we have an advantage. They are still at their full combat width, so it's not like we're getting much in the way of flanking, but if we can shatter their front line and force them to collapse upon themselves, that would also effectively be the same thing. Are these mercenary ships? They are. Pirates. Hello. Territory. I have gained Conqueror, which does what again? I don't remember. Good-natured, guileless, generous, stoink. Well, who became a conqueror? Not me, apparently. Someone else became a conqueror, and I don't know who. Never mind, I don't care. Whatever, fine. Can we colonize? Yes. Let's go and colonize down over here. Continue working our way down along the coast. Sacking of Ura. We can be cruel and say that none shall hide, and we would kill a load of their freemen. The funny thing is, as much as I want pops, these would be pops that are not integrated. Would it be better just to go ahead and start murdering them? We can become cruel. Our character becoming cruel does give me slave output and tyranny, which I kinda like. I lose charisma, that's the big issue. But I think I'll do it. Let's go ahead and kill off some of his pops. What else you got? You got some down over here? Alright. Don't mind if I do. I'm gonna start heading towards your capital now. And there ain't a dang thing you can do about it. We'll select a handful of these troops and just go siege down some other stuff. I see you got some troops just hanging out over here. If you'd like, I can come kill you and put you out of your misery. Would you like that? Probably shouldn't taunt the AI, but here I am doing it anyway. We have a lot of money we're sitting on right now. We really could consider building another Great Wonder. It's a thing we could do. What if we wanted to build one here in Uruk? You know? What if we wanted to build a pyramid? Pyramids are expensive, it turns out. Never mind. I wish I could build things like the Hanging Gardens. Now, wouldn't that be topical? Yeah, that'd be really cool if we could do that. But we cannot. More provincial capitals, please. I want to siege all of you down. There we go. There goes this. All right, chase them down. We need to kill people. We probably shouldn't be using this many troops anymore. I'm definitely doing overkill, and remember, we are reducing our economic output by doing all of this. Because all of these pops are actually levies that are fighting for me right now. Another sacking already done. Wow, that was quick. All right, let's just go ahead and kill some. Or something. Where do we finish another siege? Actually, you guys head up over here. Where did we finish another siege? It wasn't over here. Oh, it was this provincial capital. Cool, let's go work on this one instead. So, we should be able to chase this. These guys are already retreating. Should be able to catch these guys. Plenty more land here to colonize in a little bit. We're at 99 war score. There's not a whole lot that I need to do, except for the fact that I just like the idea of sieging down more of Susan and taking all their slaves. None shall hide. Does this have a fort? It does. So another siege of that would be annoying. We could go all the way over here, though. The uncolonized provinces are working to my advantage and preventing me from having to worry too much about zone of control, which I find rather interesting and amusing. Alright, so some of you are going to head over here. Let's go get this back. Another omen, as usual. Citizen happiness. I wish that there was more incentive to use some diversity in my omens. So far, it seems like pretty much always going for the citizens has been the better choice. I do not like this. A province losing a load of loyalty ain't good either. All of this is bad. We're gonna have to accept it with the corruption, but I don't like any of those options. So these guys are gonna start heading home. We'll be able to disband these guys. Looks like this all gets sieged down again. Let's see if we can siege down this capital, cause some problems for them. Don't imagine we're gonna have too much trouble with that. Looks like we are gonna catch out this army and crush them, or somebody. And these guys are retreating and instantly going to die as well. Beautiful. So basically what I'm doing, though, is by slaughtering their troops, I'm also slaughtering my potential pops to gain, aren't I? Maybe it's not worth killing their armies if they're already on the run. You think? Yeah, maybe. Well, I want to get this capital siege down. I know I'm possibly losing some ground here, but still. The coming of the city. Alu has become a city. Good, which means we have now settled in Uruk. Population is going to grow. Develop it. We need no free building slots in these buildings, these new places. Okay. Well, a harbor would work. Build a bazaar. And up over here, build a bazaar. Why not? Seems reasonable. Come on, just take the capital. Or don't, I suppose. There we go. Now we got the sacking of Susa. Let's go ahead and burn them down. We steal some pops. One died. One goes to Lost olives, apparently. Nope. Nope. We lost it somewhere, but we actually have an extra trade route because we've increased our population so much. We need more city infrastructure for population capacity. It's time to start working on that. Let's also go ahead and grab the asphalt because this reduces my building costs. In fact, I probably should not have done that in that order, because by picking that up first, I just made this cheaper. So we can save ourselves a teeny bit of money. Does build cost make it cheaper for me to get wonders by any chance? Because that would be really cool if so. Hey, we finished that siege. Cool. You guys can head over this way. We'll siege this, and that'll be all of Susan. And granaries have been raided. Well, thank you for that. I'll lose some money. I'm okay with losing money. All right, still only 99%, and we got a martial advance. Beautiful. Let's take this, 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 this. That's 26 aggressive expansion to start. More than this might be excessive. I can take at least a bit. That said, if I don't take too much more, we'll probably get missions to get a lot of it for free later, or at least have some claims that make it better. This does steal a pretty good amount. What else can we do? We can say you, Susan, become a client state. Well, wouldn't that be fun? But 86 aggressive expansion does still feel like a lot. Am I crazy on that? I don't think so. I think we actually only take this for now. We can always pick apart Susan later. For now, this gets me all I need for my missions. It lets me join up some important borders and continue growing. I think we're looking okay on that front. Anything else? We can make you liberate some folks. This wouldn't cost me much. Yeah, if we make you liberate some folks, that's other people we'll just have to go kill later. This seems fine. Sure. And then for good measure, I guess I take this. Okay. Boom. So Susan has been crippled in half now because a whole load of another nation has been released with 275 versus 482. So I take a fair bit of land for myself. My population has now grown up to 3,600. And Susan is absolutely crippled with really no one else coming to ally these guys anytime soon. In the meantime, we now control Umma. We don't need to worry about converting them because they're already Chaldean, so I lose some of that aggressive expansion. We've already acquired Adab, so we get some political influence. So now I just need to develop Uruk more. I need a specific family to govern Adab. If we do that, that family gets prestige and some skill, which is just sort of okay. Favoritism, another province governed by a specific member of a family. And then Triumph in Uruk and Uruk, specifically, for 10 years, would get some output and local citizen happiness, not to mention my character gains skill. I mean, this seems pretty nice to do, doesn't it? We can probably arrange this. Oh, we have to actually choose a side. It's one or the other. Oh. Well, given that choice, I guess I would rather give my character the skill rather than anyone else. Okay, so we'll put someone in my family in charge of a province, and we'll go for the Triumph. And then as far as developing, a free province investment is nice. And then we already had this weird import thing, which I guess I don't really care about too much. We're already doing it. Yeah, if we can just build out a lot more stuff, we'll be okay. All right, we need to be ending up this video in a minute, but first, let's get back down here to the oratory stuff, and we're going to go for some more aggressive expansion change, which is going to be reduced by a lot, and my stability just took a dump, which means I think it's piggy stabby time. It is. So we are now at equilibrium with our stability, sticking around at 49 or so. That's not bad, and this is a completely reasonable amount of aggressive expansion I can handle. We actually do want our tyranny to start ticking down slowly over time, and we can go ahead and disband all of the levies, I think. This gets me a load more military experience, the Doinkus, which means I can go for another military tradition. We would like... what? Roads? Can I build roads? Have I been able to build roads this whole time and I'm a fool? Well, I'm doing this. 4 free province investments is freaking awesome. Not to mention, we're kind of at the point where I could start making use of Legion cost reduction. All right, so now we're again looking a little bit stronger. And I'm waiting for my next big clash, probably against Mari or Assyria, but we'll consolidate the rest of this zone. This entire region shall be mine. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.